Hello and welcome to another BFB video. In this video I will talk about the secret arc that Dora underwent over the course of BFB. Now to fully understand this arc, we need to go back to Battle for Dream Island again. In episode 2, we see Dora get ordered around by Fries and then get eliminated the next episode. This is what made Dora the way she is in BFB. Overly competitive and uncooperative. And we know that BFDIA had an effect on her, because the first thing she did in BFB was join a team with another person who was in BFDIA. The effects of BFDA start to show themselves when we see Lollipop order Dora to stop talking and Dora reacts angrily to being bossed around. She remembers what happened after Fries bossed her around, and she doesn't want it to happen again. She becomes dedicated to winning. Not for her team but for herself. And it's blatantly obvious as her team members die. But then, one survives and wins the challenge. So, Dora sees that possibly teamwork could make the dream work. She didn't have to rely solely on herself to win. But then, the very next episode, Saw dismisses Dora and reverses all of Dora's growth. Dora clearly takes this to heart. The first person she thought could be a good ally dismissed her. She then goes on to ignore Saw's input and win the challenge for herself again. Dora doesn't do much in BFB 4 or 5 but in BFB 6. Dora seems to have forgiven Saw, as she takes the twinkle from her and gives it to Golf Ball. Though I personally believe this is Dora trying to prove herself. Her efforts were dismissed by Saw, so now she feels she needs to prove to her team that she could be useful. Dora starts to prove herself to her team in little ways at first. After giving the twinkle to Tennis Ball, she also wrote Taco's name on the team buzzer. She also reminds Donut to do cake at stake, possibly telling her team she is dedicated to the game. Then, in episode 9, her big moment finally arrives. If she could secure victory for her team, she could finally prove to them she's a team player. After charging for a moment, something changes. She realizes that everything she's been doing has only been for herself, and when she does, she becomes extra determined, not for herself but for her team. After BFB 9, she's proven herself. She no longer needs to go the extra mile for her team. She learns to take a backseat and be more humble. In fact, after she's proven herself, she's become nicer in every aspect. She no longer gets into arguments, and she's even one of the first to forgive Taco. Dora even backs away from Book during one of her meltdowns. Had Dora not forgiven Saw, she could have gone down the same path as Book. Dora sees this and is clearly disturbed by it. Once Dora has proved herself, she puts up her old hairstyle to symbolize her growth and change. She's changed from her selfish old ways and has finally become a humble and valuable member of the team. However, her new maturity is her downfall. To start, the first thing we see her do in BFB is dig. She should have no problem easily winning this challenge. However, she is afraid that if she took center stage and did the challenge by herself, she'd be going back to her old ways. She even stays with her team under the lava. Even though she is lava resistant, all this is because of her new humility. She doesn't want to outshine the rest of her team, sadly. Her maturity quickly became her downfall, as internal drama within the team prevented Dora from winning the challenge. Even if her elimination was imminent, she still showed how much she's changed. Her first friend, Saw, needed help swimming through the lava without her handle melting off. Dora quickly covers Saw's handle. This is something we've seen she wouldn't do back in BFB 1. The comparison just shows how much she's developed. Sadly, even her personal growth couldn't save her from the simple fact that she's a non-object. No matter what she does, people will hate her for being different. Yet, she doesn't let this upset her. Even when Lollipop taunts her, something she would have snapped at before, she remains calm. In fact, she isn't even upset at her elimination. She even states her last thought will be of the time she's spent with her team. Dora has changed so much over the course of BFB. While I would have liked to see her get further, her arc is done. She's grown into a humble and great character. As always, these are just my thoughts and I'd love to hear yours. This is a different kind of video than usual, so comment below if you enjoy it.